This is the Movo UM6 microphone. This is a podcast style microphone and it's got a lot of features. So Movo sent this out to me free of charge so that I could check it out and tell you all about it. So in this video, we're going to do an unboxing and we're going to do a quick sound test. It's not going to be a very good one because I'm going to be hand holding it, which is not exactly the best way to have this type of microphone, but regardless, we're going to check it out. We're going to see what it sounds like, and hopefully this will help you make a decision on whether or not this is the right microphone for you. So right at the back, we got a cardioid pattern. So this means that you speak directly into the front of the microphone, and it should reject most of what is on the outside or around you, okay, or around the microphone rather. So it has an XLR connection, and it also has a USB-C connection. We're going to test if we can do both. And then it's powered by GainCast, so that really doesn't tell me anything, but I guess it's some sort of technology that they have to improve the quality of the sound. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and box it. We get a manual or a quick start guide. Okay, we get the microphone itself, and it comes in this little plastic wrap. It's actually a Ziploc type bag. Okay, so we're gonna take it out in just a second. Let's see, what else do we have in the box? So we got right out of the box an XLR connection. This is great. We got this is a USB-C to USB-C cable, and we also got a USB-C to USB-A cable. So everything you need out of the box to get started. And this is provided that you already have an audio interface, which is why they include the XLR cable. This is going to come in clutch because we will be testing it with a USB audio interface, which was actually sent also by Movo. So that was the Movo Phantom. And again, we're going to test it out in just a second. So let's take a look at what the microphone looks like. It is pretty hefty. It is made of metal, which is great. And again, it comes in this Ziploc style bag. And whoa, okay, I took off the windscreen by mistake. And we got a very nice looking microphone right here. And let's see, model UM6. And we got a stand or something. This goes into your boom arm, which again, you have to provide your own. But we're going to do some, testing, handheld testing. And we got the USB port, USB-C port, the XLR port, and a headphone port for monitoring. So that's gonna be just great. And we got a little chrome finish here, which is a fingerprint magnet apparently, but it doesn't matter because you're supposed to use this with the windscreen anyway. So very easy to take out, which is great if you want to, clean it, maybe with steam or something like that. Okay, and it's magnetic, by the way. Yep, it's magnetic. So Movo UM6, and we got some touch controls. So I'm going to just remove the little protective cover we have right here. Okay, I don't know if you heard that. And we got some, again, touch controls. So this is a high pass filter. We got a headphone monitoring, and we got a what appears to be a mute button. Okay, and we got a slider, a touch slider for the gain control. And this control should only work with a USB connection, so it's worth keeping that in mind. Okay, so let's start by doing a USB mic test. So for that, I'm going to use a USB cable that I already have right here. Okay, so I'm just gonna set it like this. And I'm going to plug in the USB cable. And just like that, the microphone is on. We got some LEDs. This is a blue one, and we got a green one for the high pass filter. And I think we have a a high frequency boost, it seems. Okay, so the LEDs tell you which one is engaged at any given moment. So it defaults to the high pass filter, meaning that it cuts the low end. This is what it defaults to. Okay, if you select this one, this high frequency boost, so it makes the microphone brighter, and this can enable both. So you see the both of the LEDs right here, and then you got nothing. So we're gonna check all of this just in a second. And we got I guess this is the monitoring. I'm not sure. Okay, we're gonna do a test, but this one is just either or. Okay, so I'm guessing that you can monitor the sound with zero latency, or actually this is what gives you the audio from the computer, and this is the audio. Oh, no, never mind. I just noticed that this LED here changes as well. Let's see if the camera catches it. It tells you what is being controlled by the slider. Okay, so I don't know if you can tell. I think you can tell. The LEDs here vary with the as I speak. So if I'm speaking like this, there is definitely a change in the level. So this is basically a level of the input. So this is measuring the audio coming from the microphone. If I do this, is it going to change again? Yeah, it's the same thing. It's still letting you know the audio of the gain or whatever, the volume that is being picked up by the microphone. And I'm guessing that selecting this will change what you are controlling with the touch control. So you can slide it like this. I'm going to use the other hand. See? Pretty cool, very responsive. If you select this one, it changes to a green, which indicates probably the level of the direct monitoring. So I'm just going to plug in my headphones to see what that's like. And this should be the mute. Why is it not working? Okay, here we go. I don't know why I'm having a little bit of trouble here. Do you have to press it hard? Or is it a double press? Holding it does... Okay, holding it locks the microphone, it seems. Maybe it locks the touch controls. And again, you press and hold, then... Okay, so it's a double tap to enable and disable the mute. That's good because you don't do accidental mutes, but I'm guessing this might hurt in terms of the handling noise. So we're going to check that out. So let me just add the microphone to my OBS. It shows up as UM6 on your system. Okay, so I just enabled the microphone and I do get a single channel. And I am getting a pretty good gain on the microphone. So I'm just gonna try to hold it like this. Okay, it's visible on the camera, it's visible on this main camera or front camera as well. So testing 1, 2, and we're going to go over each of the buttons, and we are seeing that there is a level here indicating the gain again. And okay, you should be hearing right now the mobile microphone. Oh, I also mentioned that I was going to connect my headphones. Okay, so these are my Sennheiser 6X headphones, and these are high impedance headphones, which are kind of hard to drive. So I am listening to myself right now, and it is, if I hold it like here, then yes, I can definitely hear myself, but there is definitely an amount of monitoring. So again, let me just hold this right here, and I don't know if this, and I hold it like this. I gotta get closer so that you can see what I'm doing right now. Okay, so I selected the microphone icon right here, and let's see what happens if I change the levels. So right now it's at a minimum, and that was the gain, because right now you're listening to the other microphone that I have right here, because the microphone level on this one was just obliterated. So when the icon is next to the microphone, it means that this is the gain level. Okay, so again, the LED indicator just pretty much show me that there's no gain at all. If I go all the way up, now again I can see that the microphone is being picked up by my computer. Okay, so that's cool. And let's see if I go here. Okay, so now it's indicating the level of monitoring or the headphone volume, perhaps. So right now I cannot listen at all. And now I can, okay, that's much better. I can definitely hear myself even if the microphone is not very clear. So now that I'm here, let's just do a test of the proximity effect of this microphone. And again, this is the high pass filter enabled by default. So now this is the high frequency boost. So definitely there's a lot more sibilance. And for some people that might be a good thing. That's why it is great to have options here. Okay, so now both of them are enabled, and this is probably the ideal situation for a lot of people out there. And now none of them are enabled. So this is pretty much the raw sound of the microphone, and I think I prefer this one. Again, the high pass filter is enabled again, and I kind of like it. Again, this is the raw sound of the microphone. I think I like it better like this, honestly. It might be a little muddy for some, but that is what it is. Okay, that's really a matter of preferences. And let's try the mute button. And again, just touching it once apparently does nothing. And now it is muted, and I switch to the other microphone because you cannot hear me with this one right now. Okay, so again, single pressing does nothing. Double tapping or double pressing does enable and disable the function. So I'm going to stick to this channel right now so that you can listen to any popping sound that occurs when muting and unmuting. So let's see. The quick brown fox jumps the dog, the quick brown fox the dog, the quick brown fox jumps the dog, the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. All right, I don't hear any popping, at least not on the monitors that or the headphones as I am monitoring the audio. But I'm pretty sure that you do. Yeah, you can listen to that. So probably not the best at handling noise rejection. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of handling noise. Okay, so again, this is not a microphone that is meant to be handled. This is a microphone that is meant to be held on a boom arm. So what I'm going to do for the next test is that I'm going to set it on my boom arm, and I am going to connect it also to my interface, the Movo interface that they also sent to me. So I'm going to figure out whether or not this supports simultaneous XLR and USB inputs, and if it does, it's going to be great because we're going to be able to see what the difference in sound is. So stay tuned. All right, so I had to change the layout a little bit here so that you can have a better look at the microphone. This is not the ideal position for me. I prefer to have the microphone placed, or maybe I can kind of adjust it somewhere in here. You can't really see it much. It's right here in the corner. That's why I had it in a different position. But it's right here, okay? And right off the bat, you can tell that, like I mentioned, it is not very good at handling noise. So it does pick up a lot of this noise, okay? So there's that. And I just moved it a little bit out of the frame right there. You can still see it right here. However, this is probably the best placement, at least in my opinion. It's pointing to the corner of your mouth and about 3 inches away from it. Okay, the other thing that I can tell you right off the bat is that it is connected to the Movo Phantom interface, which they also sent to me free of charge. And it is connected via XLR. And I can say that the microphone is also connected via USB, which is how I'm able to monitor the headphones. And actually, let me just try something. So yeah, I lost all monitoring. So all the features that the microphone has, like the touch controls and the headphone monitoring, depend on the USB connection. So I can tell you that right off the bat. But I can still record using the interface. So it does support simultaneous USB-C and XLR interface. Okay, so it's the audio. Okay, we're back to recording simultaneously USB-C as well as the Phantom interface. Okay, so let's do a little more in-depth testing so that we can compare how the sound is different when using the USB-C signal and when using the Movo interface via XLR. Because I'm recording simultaneously both audio interfaces, then I can just repeat the same clip so that there is absolutely no difference in the audio except for the source. Okay, so the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Alright, so I just listened back to those clips and I gotta say that there is very little difference between the USB connection and the XLR connection. Now I'm going to do another test. This time I'm going to engage the local filter, the high pass filter, or the high frequency boost. And local filter and high pass filter is kind of the same thing. I'm going to engage the local filter, I'm going to engage the high frequency boost, and I'm going to engage both of them, and then we can compare them to the sound coming from the XLR interface as well. So right now, with absolutely no filters engaged at all, the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Now I got the low cut filter or high pass filter engaged. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Now I get the high frequency boost engaged. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Now finally I got both filters engaged. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Now, on a final note, it's worth mentioning that this is a dynamic microphone, which makes it a little bit good at rejecting the noises from the environment and picking up better whatever is in front of the microphone. Having that said, this particular microphone, even though it is a dynamic microphone, it does require 48 volts of phantom power because it does have a built-in preamp that helps with the gain somewhat. So it's worth mentioning that if you wanted a dynamic microphone thinking that you will not need 48 volts of phantom power, if that's your particular need, then you might have to look at something or another option. However, if you don't mind having to include the 48 volts of phantom power, or provide rather the 48 volts of phantom power, then this is going to be a good option. As you can listen, well, the sound quality is actually pretty good with this microphone, with the big caveat that it is not very good at rejecting the handling noise. That would be pretty much my one downside to this microphone. Other than that, I think the quality is pretty good, and I think that it's a pretty good starting microphone, and the interface is as well. So again, this is the UM6 Movo microphone, and I hope that this video was helpful. I hope to see you in the next one, and until then, may God bless you all.